Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is the Friday video where I do a challenge. I putting out a challenge to all the other YouTube creators to basically find one last Halloween a challenge for the month. I know it's November 1st when this is going out, but right when I'm recording this is Halloween. So I want to celebrate Halloween one more day. And with that, one of the things that I always think about with Halloween is my love of horror, and especially undead. The undead, like vampires and zombies and skeletons and all the ghouls and stuff that come back from the grave. So with that in mind, this theme is 10 undead covers. Now, strangely, I don't have any vampires on this on this list, but there's lots of great vampires out there. And Vampirella. And there's lots of good ones I can think of. So with that being said, I'm going to show you some more of the scary kind of ones, with one exception on that. But these are some really great ones that I really enjoy. I hope you enjoy them as well. It's my mostly pre-code horror collection. So the first one is Eerie #1. And I always love this one, just for a whole bunch of things. There's, I always like the women in distress in the red dress. It's a trope of the golden age, but you get this woman and she's in a tube too. It's like she looks kind of sad too. I think she's crying. She looks very sad. I don't know how she's crying in a tube that's filling up with water. So very interesting, and see these people didn't do so well in the background. But the thing that's really interesting is the guy on the creature. I don't know if he's a vampire or he kind of looks like a ghoul. He has like these weird lips though. I just always thought that was really interesting. So Eerie #1, that's number 10 on my list. Great one though. Another one that this is a more recent purchase, but I like this cover for so many different reasons. This is Haunted Thrills, and there's a bunch of things going on this cover that, that almost get overlooked. You got the girl again in the red dress. That's not the theme, but it might be a sub-theme. But the ghoul, and he's got these crazy long hands that are kind of reaching in to try to grab her. But I kind of wonder what's going on. You got this kind of laboratory setting going on in the background here. And he's saying, no, no. She's saying, no, no, go away. You promised me more time. Just very interesting, what's going on here. Makes you want to read it. So I think those kind of covers are the best. But there's a lot of story happening, but I'm not quite sure what that story is. So it's really interesting. So that's number 9 on my list. Another Haunted Thrills. This is number 8 on my list. And this one's just another crazy skull cover, where it's sort of an undead taxi driver. He's got crazy teeth. He's got a really good smile. He's competing with Julia Roberts for her smile. But he's basically giving them a free trip. The couple in the back, he's going to be giving them a free taxi ride to hell. So, as you do. So just a really cool book, really classic pre-code horror cover. I just thought this is perfect for the list, so I like this one a lot. Haunted Thrills number 13. Next on the list is one that is I don't know, it's like all skulls here, but that's not intentional. The first 3 are all skulls. This one is the skull. It's actually called the skull. But I actually like this cover. Well, he's very prominent on the cover, but I actually like it for the Doll Girl. This is actually the first appearance of Doll Girl. And I like the way that she makes her appearance. She's in, it's a great bondage cover. You got Doll Man coming in. He's kind of doing this weird, he's kind of jumping and doing this weird side punch of the skull. But, I kind of like the little, I'm not sure if it's like a atomic heat unit. It's like he's gonna fry her or something. I don't know what's going on. You got this weird dog in the background as well. Just a lot of interesting things going on in here. So I thought it was really interesting. So yeah, this is Doll Man number 36, I believe, or 37. 37. So a really cool one. And then we got my last Raw comic is The Dead Who Walk. I always love this book. This is a great one. This is a zombie undeads, and you get this beautiful girl, almost red dress, but not quite. And they're all basically her exes that are trying to get revenge on her. And it's a bit of a headlight cover too, so I kind of like this one. So The Dead Who Walk, just a great one. Lots of zombies on it. Just a classic golden age pre-code horror cover. Okay, now we're going to get into some slabs. Okay, so the first one is Skeleton Hand. And this one's a really great overall Halloween cover. I might have already shown it for Halloween, but I think it's just a great one in general because you got this skeleton guy, undead skeleton guy, playing the fiddle, and you got all these like masquerade people or costume people, maybe not costume, but actually monsters. Maybe this girl is a vampire, and this guy kind of has a vampire-y look too. So we got some vampires there too. So a few undead people going on here. So this is Skeleton Hand number 1. And normally you see this book behind me. It's not there right now. It's not really right there. But this one I thought should make the list. It's Diary of Horror. And this is just a cool book. I always like the jack-o'-lantern skull that they have. Again, you got 2 women in the red dresses in distress. But you got this weird skull guy. And he is one big dude. And then you got this weird old guy. Now, actually, if you read the story, it's a text story. It's not actually an image story inside for this cover. The old guy with the crazy hair is the guy that is the main character. But it's just a really interesting one. They lure women from our world and they bring them to their underworld. So these are undead who walk and collect women victims. So just a great one. Diary of Horror from 1952. And A.C. Hollingsworth cover. Another classic undead book is Menace number 5. And this is the one where Zombie makes his first appearance. It's not the first appearance of zombies in comics, but it is the first appearance of the character called Zombie. Just a very cool book, and you got him coming out of the ground on the cover. Just a really cool Golden Age horror book. And this actually came from a collector of Golden Age books. It came from the Roger Hill collection, and he was basically a collector of pre-code horror. So it's extra little bonus there. So you can see the Roger Hill collection. So it's a low grade, it's restored even, but I'm happy to have this one in my collection. Just a really cool book. So this is number 3 on my list, Menace number 5. Okay, the next one is this is a pretty major book, but it's a major undead character. And most people probably wouldn't even think of this when they think of undead characters, but this guy is kind of like probably the most, I would say, biggest DC undead character. And it's Solomon Grundy. And I love this cover. I just love the Halloweenish feel to it. Like it's got that creepy, swampy thing going on, and you got the bat and the moon and the mist, and you got like Solomon Grundy kind of coming out of the swamp, and it's just a really great cover. So this is actually his first appearance, All-American 61. Just a really great comic for and really cool. Like it's a cool story actually. Solomon Grundy's undead and he gets away with whatever he wants because nothing can stop him because he's undead. So it's origin and first appearance of Solomon Grundy. It's Paul Raymond cover. So this is a really cool one. I'll even show you the back. Maybe Ruth on the back. But it's this, he's probably one of the most famous DC Undead characters. And last, if I didn't have this on the list, I'd be sad. So I had to put this one on the list. Probably people are going to be like, oh no, not that one. But I had to put this. So this is on the list because it's a character I really like. And it's Zombie Tramp. So she's like an undead. Just a cool character. This is Zombie Tramp #1, her first appearance in comics. Really rare book, actually. I think less than 500 of these printed. Just a really cool book. I love Zombie Tramp. She's a fun, campy character. Don't expect like intellectual like storylines or anything like that. It is just a fun, silly, over the top kind of story. So yeah, Zombie Tramp, and just a classic zombie character. So those are my books, my entry for this list. If you want to participate, all you have to do is use the hashtag Friday Comic Challenge and the hashtag Undead. And make a video, show your favorite books. I mean, there's so many that can fit this category. I was thinking of showing Ghost Rider or showing like Vampirella, showing like Deceased has like a lot of undead stuff. Any vampire thing like Dracula, Blade, anything, but Blade's kind of mixed, or I don't know, he doesn't really count. But the point is there's a lot of characters that would meet this theme. So one last celebration of Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.